What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Skeleton Closet, where we talk celebrity news and hot topics. And today we are ending that very long chapter of Sharon Osbourne and The Talk. So let's get into the video.
I'm gonna just run down my shout outs.
All right, so after about 2 weeks of drama, more evidence, more accusations, more allegations on top of the dust-up that happened on The Talk, Sharon Osbourne has officially decided to leave the talk show. They came to an agreement and they said that Sharon Osbourne was no longer going to be a part of the show. The official statement is that Sharon Osbourne quit, but this is what CBS had to say about the situation. They said in a statement, "The events of March 10th broadcast were upsetting to everyone involved, including the audience watching at home. As part of our review, we concluded that Sharon's behavior toward her co-host during the March 10th episode did not align with our values for a respectful workplace. We also did not find any evidence that CBS executives orchestrated the discussion or blindsided any of the hosts." Now, if you all remember the interview that she did with Kevin Frazier on Entertainment Tonight, she said that she was very blindsided and she did not know where these questions were coming from and that she was not prepared and that they basically set her up. At the same time, we acknowledge the network and studio teams as well as the showrunners are accountable for what happened during the broadcast, as it was clear the co-hosts were not properly prepared by the staff for a complex and sensitive discussion involving race. During this week's hiatus, we are coordinating workshops, listening sessions, and training about equity, inclusion, and cultural awareness for the hosts, producers, and crew. Going forward, we are identifying plans to enhance the producing staff and producing procedures to better serve the host, the production, and ultimately our viewers. Now, basically what they're saying is they're working very hard so that they can put forth an inclusive show, but also make sure that their production team and showrunners are up to speed on things that are racially insensitive and have racial undertones. Now, you all know of the allegations that have been surrounding Sharon Osbourne, calling her former co-host a pea-licker, wonton, slanty eyes, but also ghetto. So they want to make sure that moving forward, they don't have to deal with this anymore and that none of their co-hosts have to feel like they are being discriminated against based on their sexual orientation or their skin color. And as far as The Talk and who will remain on the show, it will be Carrie Ann Aniba, Amanda Klutz, Elaine Walteroth, and Cheryl Underwood. The show is set to return on April 12th. They already had a pre-planned hiatus for April 5th in that week. So April 12th will be when the show will return. As far as Sharon Osbourne, there has not been an official statement from her. I can predict that she won't say anything because she's already said enough. What they've come to an agreement probably is that there is an NDA involved, non-disclosure agreement. So whatever they came to an agreement on, whether as payouts, what happened, what the discussions were, and what led them to the decision of her quitting, all of that is definitely in the NDA. She probably won't speak about this because CBS and The Talk don't need any bad publicity for the show. This was already enough. I am looking forward to see how the ladies resume the show and what type of morale there will be. Will there be some type of, will there be a boost in morale? Will there be better discussions? What will the show look like moving forward? And how will the ladies get along with one another? Now, it was pretty clear that Sharon Osbourne was not planning on keeping her job based on the statements that her publicist and she have been saying. They were basically denying any of the allegations that have been said about her. They were pretty much throwing her previous co-host under the bus, Leah Remini and Holly Robinson Peete, saying the only thing worse than a disgruntled former employee is a former disgruntled talk show host. So they were pretty much throwing those ladies under the bus and denying any of those allegations. And they were not trying to play it cute whatsoever. So it was pretty clear that Sharon Osbourne had no intentions of keeping her job at The Talk. She already knew what was up. She just wanted to clear her name, and that's why she was doing those interviews with Entertainment Tonight. but also Variety magazine. But also considering how The Talk is a rival show to The View, it will be interesting to see how they move forward, considering how Sharon Osbourne was the veteran on the show. If you all remember when The Talk first aired, Sharon Osbourne, along with some other ladies, were the first ladies on The Talk. So she is one of the last remaining founding panel members or panelists, and she's gone. She officially quit. So it'll be interesting to see how the show evolves and moves forward. Who will they bring in to replace her? Carrie-Ann Aniba, Amanda, Elaine, and Cheryl Underwood will remain on the show. I just want to know, are they going to bring in guest panelists to, boost the ratings a little bit? Because they definitely don't want to see a dip in ratings after this. It is safe to say that Sharon Osbourne possibly did bring in a lot of the ratings because she is one of the more notable celebrities. But after this, will people continue to support the show after Sharon Osbourne has quit? And going back to the statement that CBS released, it sounds as if they almost fired her, but it's giving her the luxury or the ability to say that she quit. Because in the statement it says, as part of our review, we concluded that Sharon's behavior toward her co-host during the March 10th episode did not align with our values for a respectful workplace. We also did not find any evidence that CBS executives orchestrated the discussion or blindsided any host. Basically saying that we're not at fault for this. Sharon Osbourne did everything on her own. She responded the way that she did because that is who she is. And we do not align with that. And we're separating ourselves from that behavior. But they're giving her the luxury of saying that she quit. Basically a little nicety on top of the pretty penny that she's getting from all of this. I'm sure Sharon Osbourne and her lawyers did not walk away from this without getting some type of settlement. But also, I'm pretty sure CBS ensured that she signed an NDA on top of that as well. So Sharon Osbourne won't be able to talk about this for a very long time, or if ever. So we won't know how much Sharon Osbourne got out of all of this after all. But all in all, Sharon Osbourne is no longer on The Talk. The same ladies will still be there. We don't know if CBS is going to replace Sharon Osbourne. We'll just have to stay tuned and look at the reports and see what happens. I think this is a great way of CBS holding themselves accountable, but also holding one of their employees accountable as well. You cannot go on national television and speak to your coworkers the way that you do, or the way that she did, and expect to be able to return to work like nothing happened. Again, we have not seen Sharon Osbourne apologize to Cheryl Underwood. I still would like to see that happen. Whether or not that will happen in public, I don't know. There's still time. Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood are still able to speak with one another. I'm sure they possibly have talked since the incident on March 10th. I don't know. But again, I believe Cheryl Underwood deserves a public apology for the world to see. And let's not forget that Sharon Osbourne is pretty wealthy. She's been in this business for a very long time. She's not hurting for any money. Her losing this job or her quitting this job is not going to affect her pennies at all. I'm sure she can skate across the pond and get another job if she wanted to. We do know that Piers Morgan is still out jobless after the things that he said about Meghan Markle. And he actually has been replaced temporarily by the man that called him out. So we'll see what happens for Piers Morgan and Sharon Osbourne and their future, whether or not they ever will work again. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you want to see Piers Morgan and Sharon Osbourne on a show, possibly together or separate on different shows? Do you think that their time working in showbiz is over? But also, who do you think would be a good fit to replace Sharon Osbourne on The Talk? Leave all of those comments down in the comment section. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button so that I can know how you felt about today's video, but also so that it can get pushed through in the algorithm a little bit. Definitely appreciate that. But also hit that subscribe button so that you can be a part of the family and join us in the closet. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.